That cozy rug by your bed might be the most dangerous object in your house. I know how that sounds. A rug? Really? But stay with me because by the end of this video, you're going to look at every rug in your home completely differently. And I mean that in a genuinely useful way, not a scary one. I'm a physiotherapist specializing in balance disorders and fall prevention in older adults. And here's something I see over and over in my clinic. Falls rarely happen during dramatic, unusual moments. They happen during the most ordinary parts of the day, getting out of bed in the morning, walking to the bathroom at night, crossing the living room to answer the door. These are moments you've done thousands of times without thinking twice. And that's exactly why a rug, something so familiar, it practically disappears into the background of your home, can quietly become one of the most common fall hazards there is. So let's talk about why rugs specifically become riskier as we get older, because understanding this is what makes the solution make sense. A few things change with age that directly affect how your body interacts with something as simple as a rug edge. First, foot clearance, the height your foot lifts off the ground during a normal step, naturally decreases slightly as we age. That's not a flaw, it's just a normal shift in walking pattern. But it means your toes travel closer to the floor than they used to. So even a small rug edge that never would have caught your foot in your 40s can now catch it easily. Second, reaction time slows gradually with age, meaning if your toe does catch, you have less time to make the quick postural correction that would have saved you from stumbling years ago. And third, balance itself relies on a coordinated system involving your vision, your inner ear, and sensation in your feet, all of which can shift with age, meaning a small trip that once would have been a non-event can now become a genuine loss of balance. Now let's go through the specific rug hazards I see most often, because they're not all the same, and recognizing them is half the battle. The first is loose or unsecured rugs, rugs that simply sit on top of the floor without anything holding them in place. These can shift, slide, or bunch up the moment your foot lands on them, which is especially dangerous because your body is expecting a stable surface and doesn't get one. The second is curled or lifted edges. Even a well-placed rug can develop curling corners over time, and that curled edge behaves exactly like a small step your foot isn't expecting, which, combined with that reduced foot clearance we talked about, makes it an easy thing to catch a toe on. The third is rugs that are simply too thick, especially at the edges. A thicker rug creates a more significant height change between the floor and the rug surface, and that transition point is where trips most commonly happen. The fourth is rugs without any non-slip backing. These can slide out from under you entirely, which is a different kind of danger than tripping. This is a full loss of your base of support, and it can happen very suddenly. The fifth is rug placement in high traffic areas or right near doorways, where you're often moving quickly, maybe glancing elsewhere, or carrying something in your hands, which means you have fewer resources available to notice and adjust to a hazard, even if your foot does catch. The sixth, and one I want to highlight specifically, is the bedside rug. Think about your typical nighttime routine. You wake up, maybe still groggy, maybe without your glasses on, and you step out of bed directly onto a rug in dim lighting. This combination, reduced alertness, reduced vision, and a rug that can shift under an unsteady first step, makes the bedside rug one of the single highest risk hazards in the entire home. And the seventh is rugs that are covering something else entirely, like uneven flooring or a stray cord. In these cases, the rug isn't just a hazard on its own, it's actually hiding a second hazard underneath it, which means even if you're being careful about the rug itself, there's an additional risk you can't see. So now let's talk about what to actually do about this, because every one of these hazards has a simple, affordable fix. Start by walking through your home and asking a direct question about every single rug. Does this need to be here? If a rug isn't serving a real purpose, the simplest and cheapest solution is to remove it entirely. For rugs you want to keep, use a high-quality, non-slip rug pad underneath, which costs around $10 to $15 and instantly addresses both sliding and, in many cases, curling edges. For edges that still lift or curl, double-sided carpet tape secures them flat against the floor for just a few dollars more. Improve lighting near every rug, especially that bedside rug, with a nightlight or a lamp within easy reach of your bed, so you're never stepping onto it in the dark. And take a serious look at your main walking paths, hallways, doorways, the space between your bed and the bathroom. And consider whether those specific areas are really where a rug should be at all, versus a spot that sees less regular foot traffic. Let's bring this together. Rugs aren't dangerous because you're doing something wrong. They're dangerous because of small, predictable changes in foot clearance, reaction time, and balance that happen naturally with age, combined with a household object most of us have stopped consciously noticing. The fix isn't fear, and it isn't necessarily getting rid of every rug you own. It's a few affordable, practical changes: a non-slip pad, secured edges, better lighting, and a second look at high-traffic areas that let you keep the comfort of your home while meaningfully reducing risk. Here's what I want you to do today. Walk through every room in your home and really look at your rugs. Check the edges. Give each one a gentle push with your foot to see if it shifts. Pay special attention to the rug beside your bed, since that's often the highest risk spot of all. If you've experienced a fall, or you're noticing ongoing balance or mobility difficulties, please don't wait to address it. Talk to your doctor or a physiotherapist about a personalized assessment, because a professional evaluation can catch things a home safety check alone cannot. And if this video helped you look at your home a little differently, please hit like, subscribe for more physiotherapist-backed videos on healthy aging and fall prevention, and share it with someone you care about. Sometimes the most dangerous things in our homes are the ones we've simply stopped noticing. Which of these hazards do you have in your home, and when are you working on it? Let know in the comments section.